Welcome to The Know. I'm Ashley Jenkins.
And I'm Gus Sorola.
Now that 2016 is finally behind us, it is dead and gone, Sony and Microsoft have both published their traditional self-stroking year-end press releases, recapping the year for each of their consoles and making them sound as good as possible. Like that, yeah. Where, you're kind of making out with yourself, but you want everyone to think you got a babe around. Yeah. Like that.
Both PlayStation and Xbox are now promising a big year full of tons of games, so we thought we'd read between the lines a little and also look ahead to see which platform will get more exclusive content in 2017.
But first, let's get to the not-so-humble bragging statistics to close out 2016. And on that front, it's definitely a tale of two press releases. Sony's all about those hard numbers meant to shock and awe, while Microsoft is, well, they don't have those, so they're all about engagement.
Take a guess at who's in second place? Sony's press release is short and to the point and mostly consists of number-filled bullet points. The company has apparently sold 53 million PS4s globally now, which includes a jaw-dropping 6 million sold through the 2016 holiday season alone.
It's really impressive. In addition to selling 6 million new PS4s, and that is sell-through, not just selling to retailers, in case you're wondering, they also moved a shit ton of games during the holidays, the metric shit ton, to be clear. Software sales across retail and digital totaled more than 50 million in the last couple of months. The big winner of all those software sales was none other than Naughty Dog's Uncharted 4, which now has a sell-through of more than 8.7 million copies in total. And for a platform exclusive, that's really good.
Pretty impressive. Does that include the bundle?
Probably. They typically do. I mean, that's how Wii Sports got to be one of the best-selling games of all time, right? Don't get me wrong, Wii Sports was fun, but it didn't sell that many copies.
Uncharted 4 was probably my favorite game of 2016. In addition to the press release, Sony CEO Kaz Hirai also added a few more comments at CES this week, saying that even though it's not reflected in the numbers, PlayStation VR has also started well this holiday season.
So, yeah, even though we've already known that Sony's been crushing it for the current generation and throughout 2016 in terms of sales numbers, their momentum does not seem to be slowing down as they head into the new year. They've got to be really happy about it.
Meanwhile, Microsoft's blog post about the year of Xbox in 2016 was a little less awe-inspiring and a lot less specific.
Did we learn how many Xbox One S units they moved? Or maybe the number of Gears of War 4 copies they sold? Did they unveil big plans for the spring?
Nah, but they did let us know how many Design Lab controllers they sold and how good Gears of War 4 reviews were, so there's clearly a lot less to brag about from their perspective.
Guess so. Ouch. Uncharted 4 sold 8.7 million units. Gears of War 4 got a 9.2 on IGN. So, suck a PlayStation.
Well, 9.2 is greater than 8.7.
You're right.
Huh, interesting. The blog post written by Mike Nichols, Corporate Vice President of Marketing for Xbox, also highlighted some other non-specific statistics around engagement, like the fact the Xbox One players spent more than 265 million hours playing Xbox 360 games in 2016, or that there were 3.9 billion hours of Xbox Live engagement in November and December. Should they really be bragging about how many hours of Xbox 360 people are playing?
No, but maybe that was the biggest number they had?
Okay, wow.
Nichols also wrote about the success of another exclusive, Forza Horizon 3. No, we did not get a count on how many copies it sold. Of course we didn't. But we did learn that it was the best-selling, highest-rated racing game in 2016, and that the franchise has seen over 14 million players on Windows and Xbox One. So there's that. Were there other racing games in 2016? Not that I don't love Forza Horizon 3. I do.
There must have been.
At least one, right?
Yeah, there had to have been. Also not mentioned anywhere in this year's end blog post, Quantum Break.
Yeah. Sad face. Despite having wildly different focuses in their respective announcements, both Sony and Microsoft teased a great year to come. For Sony, that means broadening the PS4 title portfolio, further enriching the revolutionary gaming experiences on PlayStation VR, and high-quality gaming experience on PlayStation 4 Pro, while also expanding network services. Also, lots of little asterisks there.
Lots. Microsoft, on the other hand, had a slightly different focus, saying, "We will not only launch the most powerful console ever in Project Scorpio, but we also plan to bring a number of exciting enhancements to Xbox Live, and will deliver a terrific portfolio of new games with Xbox Live support on Xbox One, Windows 10, or both this spring."
With both console makers promising better portfolios than ever before, we naturally had the question of who's actually going to get more exclusives in 2017, because, the consoles love their exclusives. And as of now, those numbers do look a little bit one-sided, at least in terms of titles that are confirmed for release this year on each console.
For the PlayStation 4, we got a number of notable titles confirmed for this year, such as Gran Turismo Sport, Horizon Zero Dawn, Detroit, Become Human, Ni no Kuni 2, Ace Combat 7, Persona 5, and Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
Yeah, that's pretty great. The list goes on with even more titles like Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8, Gravity Rush 2, Tales of Berseria, Neo, Hellblade, Drawn to Death, Nier Automata, Yakuza 0, Dreams, and the VR exclusive Farpoint, and then a few other indies. Plus, we're getting a number of remasters such as Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac Age, and Zero Escape.
Of course, that doesn't include a handful of other potential games that might end up in 2017. God of War 4, Bloodborne 2, or a new IP from Software, Spider-Man, and Final Fantasy 7 Remake are all on the table.
So yeah, that's a pretty long list of exclusives. Meanwhile, the list of confirmed Xbox One exclusive for 2017, not quite as robust. At the moment, that one features Halo Wars 2, Crackdown 3, Tacoma, State of Decay 2, Scalebound, Sea of Thieves, Phantom Dust, Cuphead, and the big one, Conan Exiles.
I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, it's fine.
Of course, there could be some surprises in store for Xbox One gamers that aren't apparent in their announcement so far, but given that their cup of exclusives from 2016...
Their Cuphead of exclusives, please.
Given their cup of exclusives of 2016 wasn't exactly running over, it seems like the trend might be continuing in 2017, but again, we're hoping to be surprised on that front.
For Microsoft, a great deal of their strategy for the upcoming year will be more in continuing to build the experience of Xbox gaming across backward-compatible titles, hence all the bragging about Xbox 360 stuff, I guess, and crossplay between PC and Xbox One.
When you add all that to Scorpio releasing this holiday season, you've got the foundations for an ecosystem that could be very cool, someday, once they start getting some more exclusive games to play. Although we all know that volume is less important than getting games you want, it's still something Microsoft can hopefully improve.
Yeah, what do you guys think of Microsoft and Sony's year-end numbers? And what they've got on the menu for 2017? Let us know in the comments. Which exclusives are you most looking forward to? Is it quality over quantity, or is quantity just the best?
For future updates on what games we'll be playing throughout 2017 and beyond, like this video and subscribe to The Know. Conspiracy theory: Microsoft could be backloading their entire catalog, waiting for E3 to unveil specifics on Scorpio, and then just pushing Scorpio hard
Entirely
for the holiday season. But that's and
I'm sure they will. The thing is, you don't have the numbers, but what they listed, I like all those games that they listed, with the possible exception of Conan.